Now, yesterday, during the King's historic first Commonwealth address, he re-emphasised the family of nations' quote, indispensable role in the most pressing issues of our time.
Renowned royal biographer Tom Bower is not holding back. In his latest explosive commentary, Bower tears into Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, branding them shameless opportunists who've exploited the royal brand for fame, fortune and personal gain. From Netflix deals to controversial interviews, Bower claims the Sussexes have turned their backs on the monarchy while still cashing in on their royal connections.
And it was a crucial Commonwealth Day for the monarchy after Harry and Meghan used their vile Netflix reality series to try and tear down the late Queen's most treasured institution. Here's a reminder.
Commonwealth is still described as that, a club of friends who share common values. I find that language really problematic. I sometimes call the Commonwealth Empire 2.0 because that is what it is.
By the time I met Meghan, I think I travelled half of the Commonwealth. Met people and communities all around the world. And through that, I thought I knew. I thought I had an awareness to issues, ways of living, unconscious bias, like all of it.
Yawn. But instead of cutting ties with the institution they find so offensive, the shameless Sussexes have ensured their kids are known as Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet because it is their birthright. Well, Meghan's biographer Tom Bower joins me now to give his expert analysis. Tom, it's interesting, isn't it? Because this Commonwealth Day actually was important because of all of the damage that Netflix series did literally a few weeks ago. Then all of a sudden they say, but come on, we want our Californian kids to be prince and princess. It's beyond a joke. It's beyond a joke now.
Well, it's king and queen of hypocrisy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, they are the arch hypocrites. And what's so awful about the Commonwealth thing is that it's vital for Britain. It's important for the 54 nations who are part of it. And they have demeaned it by saying that it's all Empire Stroke 2 and the Netflix thing. But, of course, the greatest damage which the Sussexes have done to the Commonwealth is their accusation of racism. The royal family is racist, which he then peddled back on Harry because he knew it was untrue. It was one of Meghan's many lies. And that is really what's so awful. That's why Charles tried very hard yesterday to assert the importance of the Commonwealth. He's quite right, but whether that'll save the institution...
Well, the problem is it's had none of the pickup as the Netflix series did.
Welcome back to the channel, the place where I separate facts from fairy tales in the world of royalty and celebrity. Today, I'm diving into a nuclear-level critique from royal insider Tom Bower, who has just obliterated Prince Harry and Meghan Markle in a new interview, calling them nothing less than shameless opportunists.
What did you make of the prince and princess thing? Because it felt very telling to me that the royal family didn't update their website until they absolutely had to. Do you think Charles was hoping that Harry and Meghan would say, oh, you know what, we actually don't want the title?
Well, I think this is a very sad indication of King Charles's weakness. He should have signed the letters which prevented them taking the titles. And just in the same way that he can't decide, really, whether Harry should come to the coronation or not. I mean, clearly, as a father, he'd like him there, but this isn't about being the father. This is about being the head of the nation. And he should make quite clear that Harry is not welcome. But everything about Charles is so indecisive. He can't even at the moment decide whether he should wear a uniform or not on the coronation, or breeches. And he can't decide which religious group should be represented. This is the problem with Charles, and has been throughout his whole life. He wants to please everybody, and yet he poses as a confrontationist, and it doesn't work. So he should have, vis-a-vis the Sussexes, cancelled the titles, and he should make absolutely clear that Harry is not welcome.
And the thing is, he would have had the public on side.
He will, and the public will be very against him if Harry comes. That is what he doesn't realise.
Well, and what's going to happen there? Because what has really annoyed me over the past couple of weeks is Harry and Meghan yet again are treating the coronation as if this is some sort of reality show, some sort of game. Oh, we've received our email invitation now, but we're not going to reveal whether we're coming or not. It's so transparent that they want to make it all about them.
Well, absolutely. That's where the Buckingham Palace is failing, because they shouldn't allow them to get away with it. After all, they weren't even invited to Elton John's party yesterday at the Oscars.
Really?
So,
or the Oscar ceremony itself.
I mean, they really are, nobody is in Hollywood, but somehow the King Charles is going to make them somebody in London, the most important event of his life. And of course, that is the problem. He's not being decisive. And that is going to undermine the status of the monarchy in Britain if he's not very careful.
And so what do you think Harry and Meghan are weighing up?
Well, they're weighing up how they can always promote themselves.
And then they've got to come, though.
Well, they haven't got to come, because if they're put in row 54 behind a column, they won't come, and that's exactly what should happen. But you see, what's
so
very
if they're going to be embarrassed, if they know we're going to be embarrassed by our seating position, about our access to official events, they might decide not to.
The leaks from the palace are all they've had the invitation, and we're going to put them into Iceland. What they should do is they're invited, but they're going to be humiliated. And that's really... Because this week was very interesting how the Sussex news machine has been gurgitating. First of all, there was Harry's misinformation commission report, which went into the dustbin. Then she's going to launch the TIG. Yeah. Then they say the royals were invited to the baptism ceremony. It was interesting that no one else knew about that. Everything is a constant drip now. And then, of course, what was really important was that photograph of Meghan the day after they announced the christening and the prince and princess, that she went to this coffee place. It was what could be called the victory photograph. This was Meghan riding high. She'd scored another one against Buckingham Palace. They really are not very good in Buckingham Palace at anticipating this huge existential threat, a political problem, which they've got to face.
But the thing is, I think you're right to point out it's Buckingham Palace, because William and Kate know, Kensington Palace know of the threat that they pose.
If you thought the Sussexes had faced criticism before, buckle up, because this one hits different. Before I unpack the bombshell quotes, let's quickly talk about Tom Bower. This isn't some random tabloid pundit. He's a respected investigative journalist and royal biographer who's written about powerful figures from politicians to billionaires.
But it's about William convincing his father that he has to take tougher action. And he's not winning that battle at the moment. William is not winning the battle.
In public, he's not. We don't know whether in reality. But the problem is that Charles clearly feels guilty vis-a-vis Harry. Why, I don't know. I mean, it's so long ago now. And he's been served so many brickbats, where from the book and the Netflix and everything else. He should stop feeling sorry for Harry. He should begin thinking about his position in the country. And I think, other than photo opportunities, he's not presenting a real clear political line for his own survival and the survival of the monarchy. And that is what's at stake in the next few weeks.
You mentioned this website, the TIG. So this is the website that Meghan used to run before she was with Harry. No one looked at it then. It was a way, basically, I mean, I know you talk about it in your book, but it was a way for her to get lots of access to things, lots of freebies. She loves a freebie, Meghan. Even when she was within the royal family, she was collecting all the free clothes, which you're not really meant to do. Do you really think she's going to bring it back, though, sort of compete with Gwyneth Paltrow?
Well, I do, because she wants status. She wants a venue. And it was a bit better than you're suggesting there, Dan. You know, she had 1 million followers. She had a philosophy. She wants
but
to
it got her
preach.
lots of free stuff, right?
She got a lot of free stuff. She
it
loved
didn't
the free
make
stuff.
her money, I guess.
No, but it made her some money. But in the end, it gave her a platform, and that's what she wants now. She wants to be a guru. She wants to be a pontificator. Is all the future of Queen Meghan, and this is possibly the politician. This is what it's all about, and it's fascinating how they are, in theory, succeeding. But what's interesting is that in America, they're not as popular as they would like to be, and they're being mocked roundly, and that's rather heartening.
Yeah, well, especially if they're not invited to the Oscars, which is, of course,
just down the road.
Well, yeah, and that's Hollywood royalty.
Exactly.
Right?
That's real royalty.
That's where you know
and
in Hollywood.
For years, Meghan had her nose pressed up against the glass, wanting to be accepted by Hollywood. Then she becomes the star because she marries Harry, goes back to Hollywood. She thinks, now I'm back in Celebrityville, and she's now ignored.
He's done deep dives into the monarchy, and what he says carries weight. When Bower speaks, the establishment listens. And this time his target is crystal clear, Harry and Meghan. So what does this all mean for Harry and Meghan? Tom Bower's attack isn't just personal. It reflects growing frustration from the public and the press. They may have escaped the palace walls, but they haven't escaped accountability. Drop a comment below. Do you agree with Tom Bower? Are Harry and Meghan opportunists, or are they unfairly targeted? Hit that like button if you're tired of the double standards. And don't forget to subscribe for more explosive royal commentary, straight to the point and unfiltered. Until next time, stay alert, stay skeptical, and stay bold.